Hello and welcome back to another coffee tasting video. Before we get started, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you're alerted anytime I drop a new video, which is every Tuesday. Getting back to that just a little bit, you guys have been doing awesome at hitting the like. New subscribers are finding content. You guys have been doing an amazing job. I do want to talk about last week's video. I found out that it was actually called Napoli. I think I called it Napoli. And then I had a gentleman who is in Russia, and evidently their frothing machines and stuff is different than the ones in the United States. And so while I'm using the spring as kind of a determiner as to where I'm putting the milk, for them, their machine's different. It's built differently, the sizing is different, and so for those reasons they wanted me to always mention how many ounces of milk I'm going to do. I'm more than happy to do that. That's honestly what makes this such a great, it's such a fun community and such a great place to discover things with you guys, with the coffees and with taste testing and making these videos better. Told the one person who requested the ounces be disclosed when I'm using the wanding and things like that, but then I totally didn't even think about that the frothers might be different. We learn as we go. I'll try to always make it as best I can. I will make those adjustments. Another person requested, and they're a Patreon, so I'm going to accommodate that person tonight. They wanted to know what the thoughts were on if we would have done the Napoli in a lungo pour. So we're going to do that and actually just give it a quick taste test, see how it stands up. Without further ado, let's get to this week's star attraction. It is the Venezia. Hopefully I'm saying that one right. If not, please correct me in the comments. This one is brand new. They just released this one. So let's take a look at what they have to say. All right, so we have an intensity of 8, so a lot lower than last week's. Last week's, it was at level 13. Absolutely wonderful espresso. This is at level 8, so substantially lower, but also a Ristorito or an espresso pour, so we can do 0.85 or 1.35 ounces. Harmoniously balanced and thick body. I like how that starts because, as you know, last week, that other one, it was hard to describe something being thick or something having full body, but it had it, and it was in an espresso. So we got roastiness at a level 4, bitterness at a level 3, so they've dropped that back a bit. We'll see how that plays out. Body at 4 and acidity again at 1. I was doubtful last week that they were going to be able to execute on that. They did. Let's look at the roasting. This northern trade city is not just skilled in blending, but in roasting too. The coffee roasting tends to be lighter in the north of the country. That's why we gave the coffees in Venezia a medium roast that lands lighter than what you will find in the south, but is still remaining dark enough. It gives Venezia that rounded mouthfeel and mellowed acidity with just a hint of bitterness. Yes, you saw me skip a word. I do not know how to pronounce that correctly, so I was just skipping it. The aromatic profile, harmonious, balanced of elements with a delicate acidity, caramel notes, and a hint of bitterness. All right, so we're gonna have, again, a little bit of the caramel notes, a hint of bitterness. You know I do like bitter in the espressos. So let's take a look at these pods. Oh, these are pretty, just like the other ones. Wow, these are just nice looking pods. I wish Nespresso would put as much work into all their pods as they do into some of them. It's a very pretty gold, again with that kind of dark swirl going through the middle of it. Again, it probably won't pick it up, but it's got the labeling on the front. almost a yellow ring around it. Venezia for the original line. Let's go brew a shot. Venezia for the original line. I'm gonna do the espresso setting first, so we're gonna get a 1.35 ounce shot. You can really smell that. Oh, that smells delicious. That just smells like a good espresso shot. Light on the crema, but man, smells good. Let's go give this a taste. All right, Venezia for the original line. It's not bad. Well, let me try one more. This is not thick like last week. Last week, it was distinctly thick. You could really taste it. This week, I don't know. It seems watered down. It's got a little bit of a, boy, what does that taste? I do not taste caramel again in this. I don't taste any caramel notes, but I'm getting almost just a very light, almost berry cereal taste to it. That's a weird, it's not, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's an okay shot. I don't think it stands out. It seems like something that you would say you've been there, done that. Just really, yeah, I don't know what. They mention here that a hint of bitterness. Yeah, there's just a hint there. Caramel notes? No, not at all. The full-bodied thickness that the last week's espresso had, not here in this one. This one, I mean, again, it's not bad. It just feels like I've been there and done that before. Kind of wondering, this one may benefit from actually going down to the Ristorito setting. Whereas last week I was almost scared to go down because I thought it was going to get too thick, and it did. This one might actually benefit from it. I think we should go round 2, change this down to a Ristorito, see what we change, especially in the flavor profile. Venezia in the Ristorito setting, round 2, let's go brew another shot. Venezia in the Ristorito setting, round 2. Ooh, now this changes quite a bit. This changes quite a bit how it smells. This one smells now, it smells much darker, much richer. Ooh, and I think that bitter's a little bit more in there. So let's give this a taste. All right, Venezia in the Ristorito setting. Let's give this a taste. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Now, wow. What a difference. That one is very, very, I'm not going to say I taste the caramel, but man, the bitter is a lot better now. It's a little fuller body, so it's not so watered down like this was. That tastes very, very different than the first one. This one, I'm going to say, I believe it honestly needs the Ristorito setting. Boy, if your machine doesn't have the ability to do a short pour or a Ristorito pour, I don't know if this pod's going to work real well for you. This, wow, what a difference. It's got a little bit of a, almost like a, it's got some kind of a tart, almost like a tart berry taste to it now. It's much thicker, much thicker. The bitter now is it's all over on your tongue. It's definitely forward. It's more in your face. It's more pronounced. Very, very pleasant now. This one's good, but you are going to have the Ristorito setting on your machine. So if you just have a base machine that can do the espresso shot or the Gran Lungo, I don't think this is going to work out real well. This is going to be interesting for trying to blend it out with milk. We're going to have to try it at least a small, almost like a cappuccino type setting. I think we're going to have to break this up. We're going to have to do a Ristorito pour on the pod and then mix maybe an ounce and a half of milk with it just to see, because I'm afraid if we do the espresso shot like we did in the beginning and we do it with a 50-50 on the milk, this is just going to get lost in the milk. This is going to be one that I think it's going to need just barely, probably an ounce of milk. So let's try round 2. Let's do a really, really light milk. Let's go brew another shot. Venezia round 3. We're leaving this machine in its Ristorito setting. I'm going to try and hit roughly right at an ounce of milk. Let's get this off. Let's go to our milk frothing setting. Let's add this in. That is perfect. Excellent. Let's go give it a taste. All right, using my obtusely large spoon, I'm going to blend this in just a little bit. Let's give it a taste. It's okay. I was worried about it getting washed out as an espresso, and I think it's honestly getting washed out as a Ristorito too. That's unfortunate. Yeah. It really is not standing up well in milk. It's got just a hint of coffee coming through and just a hint of bitter, but it does not hold up very well. I think this one's just gonna be one that you have to drink as a Ristorito, just as a shot by itself. And I don't see a huge compelling reason to do that. Let's take a look at what they're doing for price here. An espresso exclusive, Venezia, 70 cents a pod. Oh boy, what do I think? The shot is okay. I feel like there's so many better choices out there. For me, this one just kind of gets lost in the mix. It doesn't stand out enough. It is not a bad shot as a Ristorito, not as an espresso shot. But with that being said, I'm going to call it a pass. I don't think it has enough redeeming qualities. I don't think you can make it into something else. A lot of these we like to put with something else. We like to put them with milk, or we like to put them, make it into a coffee drink or an iced coffee drink. This one has a tough time standing up and standing out just as an espresso shot by itself. You throw it in the milk, we about went a 1-to-1 ratio. 1 ounce shot, 1 ounce of milk, and it's lost. So I can't imagine what you would do with it in a iced drink or something like that. Honestly, for me, this one's gonna be a pass. Unfortunately, it doesn't have enough going for it to hold interest, and as an espresso shot, it doesn't work. As a Ristorito, it's pretty good. So as a straight Ristorito shot, pretty good. But if that's not your thing, I'd honestly say pass on this one. That's that. I promised this person that I would do a follow-up on the Grand Lungo for the Napoli. I have to think every time to say that. Napoli. Let's go pull a Grand Lungo shot on the Napoli pod. This is a follow-up to last week's video. Napoli in a Grand Lungo pour. Shot's done. Man, it still smells delicious. Grand Lungo pour, let's give it a taste. Just gonna fold in just a little bit of the crema. Man, that's still good. Washed out a little bit from last week. Boy, that is still. That's just a good pod. I don't know how else to say that. You can, this is pushing out 5 ounces now, and it stands up. This 5 ounce pour on this Napoli pod it's got more flavor, more body, more just overall good mouthfeel and taste than the espresso shot of this guy. This is just definitely does not have the thicker, more syrupy description I was giving you last week, but still outstanding. Yeah, you could drink this just as like a 3/4 cup of coffee. That one's a hit. This one, But man, last week's Napoli, that's a great pod. That one, if you're gonna spring for something new, or you want to try something new, you want something to mix up with stuff, have like a 3/4 cup of coffee, a 5 ounce coffee. The Ristorito was off the chart thick. The espresso shot was all of it's delicious. This is it's a great pod. It really is. Enough said about that. With that said, I do want to end the video here slightly different than normal. A lot of you have requested some different coffees. I have most of those on hand, and they will be coming up. We're going to be doing virtual line ones starting next week. We're going to integrate and kind of work some of the original lines in there. With that being said, if you did not receive the email, I'll show you the email on screen here while I'm talking about it. Nespresso has closed all of their retail stores. So the single one-off box buying that I do a lot of the time, I drive to Scottsdale, I buy 1 or 2 boxes. It comes out to be, $16, $20. And that's how I do the coffee videos, and that's how I can quickly get them out to you. With that being said, Nespresso has closed their retail stores. We all know the issues that the entire world faces right now, and it will make it a little bit harder to get select one videos out to you, because Nespresso has not seen fit to forego shipping charges So you still have to reach 35 bucks in coffee before you can get it shipped for free. And in most cases, that's at least 4 boxes, which means I have to stack up requests before I can go and purchase them to get the shipping. I hope that all of you that watch this, I don't want to get preachy and I don't want this to get in any way bothersome to anybody, but please follow your local guidance, follow your federal guidance, follow your state or province guidance, wherever you live. Follow their guidance in trying to stay safe and stop the spread of this problem. It'll help get us through it quicker as a country, a nation, and a world. And hopefully these little videos that we do each week for you will be a nice little 15, 20-minute distraction. That's about all I got to say about that. And as always, I thank you so much for your time. If there's anything you'd like to see personally on the Nespresso line, original or virtual, please drop that down there in the comments. I'll do my level best to get it out to you. For those of you that have requested stuff, I'm getting it going as fast as I can. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're alerted. I cannot tell you how important it is for the likes on YouTube's algorithm and comments. Actually, comments, I guess, kind of play into it too. If you feel so compelled, as others have, and I thank those people, join us over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/IPON70 and support the channel that way. Until next week, have a great rest of your day.